I grew up surrounded by velvet chairs, golden lamps, and voices that always whispered. Everything in our home was polished, except me. I was born into wealth, but I couldn't walk. The world outside passed by quickly. Horses, children, laughter, and I watched it all through windows. They said I was sick, delicate, fragile, but inside, I didn't feel broken. I just felt forgotten. Then, one day, she arrived. Her name was Heidi. She wasn't like the others. She didn't come from ballrooms or books. She came from wind and wildflowers. At first, she scared me. She didn't follow the rules. She ran. She touched things. She asked questions. One afternoon, she pushed my wheelchair too fast and nearly knocked over a table. The housekeeper stormed in, furious. But I said it was my fault because I didn't want her to get in trouble. And maybe I didn't want her to leave. She was different. She talked about mountains, goats, and a boy named Peter. She missed her grandfather. Every night she'd look out the window, hoping to see the Alps, but they were too far. I could feel her sadness. And for the first time, I felt mine too. I had been lonely long before Heidi came, but her presence made me realize how deeply I longed for more. One night, she cried in her sleep. She called out for her grandfather. That's when I knew she wanted to go home. "I don't want you to leave," I whispered one morning, holding her hand. She looked at me with eyes full of love and guilt. "I don't want to leave either," she said softly, "but I don't belong here." And then she was gone. I didn't come to breakfast. I couldn't. I didn't want anyone to see me broken again. Everything was cold without her. The bread didn't taste the same. The house was too quiet. Even the sun through the window felt dimmer. My grandmother tried to cheer me up with stories. One was about a little lamb that got lost in the snow. "If you could read," she said, "you'd know how it ends." But I couldn't read, not well. So I asked to learn, and I did, because I wanted to become someone Heidi could be proud of, someone worth being missed. Then, one day, a letter came. It was from her. She wrote about the mountains, the goats, the wind, the laughter. She said she missed me. And just like that, my grandmother said we were going. I'll never forget the first breath I took in the Alps. The air smelled like pine and sky. The world wasn't made of walls anymore. It stretched into forever. And there she was, Heidi, running toward me, arms wide with that wild grin. We played, we laughed. She showed me the places she had written about, the pasture, the stream, the hayloft. It was the happiest I had ever been. Then something happened. We were chasing a butterfly. It landed near my foot. I leaned forward to catch it and my body moved. I stood. No one told me to try. No one pulled or pushed. It just happened. I don't remember much after that. Tears, laughter, my father's stunned silence. He held me like I was made of light. "My child, you're walking," he whispered. When we left, I didn't want to go. I hugged Heidi so tightly, I didn't want to lose her again. Before we parted, she handed me something. It was a wooden carving, a small goat with a flower. "Don't forget me," she said. I couldn't, even if I tried. Back in the city, everything looked the same. The walls, the chairs, the carpets, but I was not the same. I could walk. I could dream. I could write because Heidi gave me more than a friend. She gave me freedom. And now I write this story from a tall window looking at the horizon. One day I'll return to the Alps, but until then, I carry them in my heart, along with the sound of her laughter and the memory of the day I stood.